Hi, I'm from Cisco. I'm very happy to be the last speaker at Pixels Camp. We'll tell you about several APIs we brought here for the hackathon, but the same APIs, you can use them when you're back home. There's about 80 of them. Then I will try to be very concrete. I am a developer myself. I came with Austin, who was also mentoring several teams during the weekend. And we had a booth. Some of them may have met us. We also have several teams who have done a terrific job with our APIs. They are going to win some of the technologies and hardware we're going to show up. And just at the end of the talk, if you want to ask any questions, just come to us. We'll have a 15-minute session question. And just come reach to us and ask for whatever you want to try to and work with. For today, we want to talk about interactive voice and how to make your applications more talkative. It means how to engage with your customers, how to make sure that when you deliver them the application, they're going to come again the day after, several times a day. How are they going to receive notifications so that you can better engage? And this is the purpose of those human interactions. We brought several APIs for that. Here's a phone number. I will demonstrate that in about 15 minutes. Just before, I wanted to give you a quick introduction about where we are today in terms of technology landscape. For a lot of years, we've been doing the same stuff. There has been some revolutions, client-server, video, mobile. And nowadays, when you do a mobile application, it's just business as usual. If you really want to innovate, to raise large fundings, what you need is to integrate together hardware, mobile applications, and cloud technologies. And by hardware, I was meaning IoT, for example. If you manage to pull all those technologies together, you can really deliver something differentiative, something disruptive for the industry. This is where Cisco APIs can help, because at Cisco, we are very much on the hardware, but on top of it, we've put APIs, simple APIs. By simple, I mean REST APIs, standard protocols over HTTP, so that you can just dig into the hardware and control the hardware from your exact applications you're building today, mobile and web applications. Then now let's take some examples. First example is about the network. The network, we use it every day. It's just the thing, you wake up, the Wi-Fi is there, you connect to the network. But do you know that the network can give you much more than only connectivity to the internet? It can give you location. And that starts to be really interesting, because it can detect presence. It can tell you, for example, how many people are in this area at the moment with a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth activated. This is detection. Second thing your network can do, when people connect to it, what it can do, it can give you a landing page, a specific page that all your users, when they connect, they will see. Then they will see your advertisement if you're a shop. If you're an hospital, you will get your ticket in the queue for the emergency. If you're in a bank, you'll be able to have the latest advertisement and products from the bank. It's a landing page. You can customize it on the network. And the last thing is that on your mobile application, whenever someone enters the network, you can detect its MAC address, and from your mobile application, you can do whatever you like. You can say, hey, a customer just entered the bank, for example. This is detect, connect, engage scenarios. Now let's be concrete. Here is an example of what you can do. This represents an area where there are some Wi-Fi access points. The access points is the places you connect to. We spread them all over the place, and then it gives you information about how many people were in the locations today. what were their typical path. You can define specific locations, and you will see how many people went from this center stage to the restaurant, for example. How many people went at the several moments of the day so that you can optimize your overall facility. This is given for free for the technology. The technology behind that is CMX. It wouldn't be funny if there wasn't an API behind it. The APIs gives you 4 information, the maps. You will draw a map. You will put your access points on it, and then you will have in each zone the real-time information about how many people are in each zone. Then you can get the real-time location, the location history, and notification. As soon as someone enters or exits a zone, you'll get a webhook that will be invoked in your code. For this event, this weekend, we chose to set up a subset of our technology. Everything is cloud-based. It's called Meraki technology. We plugged 4 access points in the area over there where we were having our booth. And we managed to give you this kind of information. Then now this is the Pixels camp at LX Factory. Here, at the moment, I am speaking. Let me show you where we're speaking. We're there. I guess I am here at the moment. And Austin is there. And the location over there, this is the main entrance when you arrive. Then you would go through. This is the Cisco booth. And here, this is the typical path you would take to go to the hall. Is it okay for the location? You found yourself on the map? Then, here you see at 8:30 this morning, the location of all the people that were there. By all people, I mean all devices that had Wi-Fi activated. It could be a computer, it could be a phone, okay? Whatever had Wi-Fi activated, it could be a tablet. Everything that was detected was just the fact that Wi-Fi was activated. No need to connect to the network. You're just walking around, you have your Wi-Fi activated, and you'll be a plot on the map. This is the same map at 10:30, 2 hours later. Much more people. You people in Portugal, you like to have fun at night and you arrive a bit later, but at 10:30 on the hackathon, second day, I have to say I'm really proud of you people because you were all tired, but a lot of people were already working there. And congratulations to all the Pixel campers. And that's it. The technology gives you this information anonymously. Can you see the people in blue? The one in blue have connected to the network. They are not anonymous anymore. They are recognized by the system. They can authenticate. They can see your splash page. This is a typical scenario, more advanced scenario you can deliver to them. Then here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 computers that have connected to the network, and all the others are just hanging around anonymous Wi-Fi locations. Is it clear to everybody? Now this is the first kind of interactions I wanted to show you. Then if you try to build a new disruptive application, just check if your network can deliver you unique, new kind of data that you can integrate into your applications. Second part we wanted to talk about is phones. Then it's been a long time we've been using phones. And Working with phones for software professionals is some kind of complicated. Here is a whole set of protocols you will need to master in order to work with a phone. Who in the audience knows about any of those protocols? Any idea? I don't know them myself, okay? And I don't want to dig into those. Here, do you feel better when I show this slide? Okay. Who is a PHP developer? No PHP? Who is a JavaScript developer? Yeah, congrats. Okay, I have to raise my hand too. Okay, we've got another one here. Ruby? Ruby is a great language. Python, maybe? Cool. Then, what we've done, Cisco bought a company 2 years ago called Chapo. Chapo is a company that has made specific extension to programming language. They build functions that help you interact very easily with the phone. It means that when you write your code in Ruby, in JavaScript, you will have those extra functions here. All these functions, you will be able to access them for free. In your code, you can write that. What does it do? It speaks hello world. One line of code. You put that in your application, JavaScript, Ruby, PHP. If someone calls your application, he will hear hello world. Done. What about that one? Any idea? Yeah? 2 lines of code. Your code calls someone, and the voice speaks. Okay. Easy job. Oh, maybe I can do that. No. Next, what about sending an SMS? This is it. The default network on Chapo is voice. You want to go for SMS, you change the network. And now, you're sending an SMS to someone. 2 lines of codes. I'm very happy that with Austin, we managed to mentor about 10 teams that integrated SMS for free in their applications. And I'm now going to show you how we did that in a real-world scenario. The voice assistant for Pixels Camp. Then here's what we built. We built an application. First thing you do when you build a Chapo application is that you go to chapo.com and you ask for a phone number. This phone number will be your application phone number. It will be yours. You'll be the only one to own this phone number. We provide phone number in 42 countries. We have phone numbers for Portugal. Then you'll just have a local phone number, which means that the person, your customers, your friends, your colleagues, your Pixel campus, they can call you for free at that number, and they will hear your code speaking. Isn't it great? Then I engage you to take a try, to give a try to the IVR. A lot of people have already done it. I will do it in live. And then we'll go into the code to see what's going on behind the scene. Pin incorrect. I think you don't want me to mix your phone, Austin. It's your last chance. Yeah. He knows his master. Thank you.
Welcome to the Pixels Camp 2016. It is now 12:17 a.m. in Lisbon. Here are the next 10 activities.
Next activities.
Lunch this Saturday at 1 p.m. Dial 1 to receive more details by SMS. 2 for next activity. Got it. Moving forward to next activity. 48-hour non-stop programming contest ends this Saturday at 1 p.m. Got it. Sending you more details by SMS.
Then now, what happened here? I have created a code that speaks you what's coming up. What's coming up now is the end of the hackathon and the jury sessions. And I dialed on my phone 1. My code received the 1. And behind it, I said, when you press 1, I want you to send an SMS. And in real time, on your phone, if you did it, you will receive an SMS yourself. Yeah. There they are. Then now let's go into the code and see how you can build such applications. I told you just before, it's pretty straightforward. We've got a project here. If you go to that URL on GitHub, you'll find all the details on the way we built this IVR with Austin for the conference. Then just pick it, it's easy. GitHub, Pixels Camp 2000, Back to the Future? Yeah, sounds better. Then when you get there, to the GitHub project, what it is about, first, what we did is we exposed a web API. Let me zoom my screen. Then this is the web API is a public API. The organizers, they were kind enough to give us a JSON payload about what were all the sessions. Then we just took that payload, we transformed it a little bit, and we exposed it through an API. Then through the API, you can get all the activities when you go there. This is all activities. That was 2 days ago, registration, 9 a.m. on Thursday. Then we built a second call, which was the resource is now. It just shows you what's going on now. And here is our session. This is the data, the raw JSON data we will use for the IVR. And then we build a third one called current, next, which is the one I showed before. What's going on next? And I have good news. It's lunch time. Yeah. Then, this is the API. Then first, this could be your application. You've got an existing application. You know how to build APIs. If you don't know how to build APIs, I will show resources right after where you can learn how to build APIs. But if you know how to build it, you're done. You're ready to go with Chapo. Because in this example, I just called that API to build the IVR in JavaScript. This is the language I chose. Then if you go back to the project, one of the file, here, Pixels Camp. Oh, I really went with 2006, okay? I'll fix that. If someone wants to go with a pull request, is welcome. And then, this file is a tropoivr.js. It's a pretty long file. The first 300 lines are just reusable code. If you like it, you just copy-paste it, and you're good. I'll go straight to the line that interests me. It's there. Then let's see what's happening. Then first, this is a voice channel. We wait a second. This is to give time to people, humans, to hear what's coming up. When you've got a phone call, you can't just start speaking like crazy. You just wait, you hear the tone, and then you start listening. Then this is a 1 second just so that you've got time as a human to hear what's coming. And second part, we say, hey, welcome to Pixels Camp. And it's now, I compute some time here. It's a function, date.now, and I've got the time in Lisbon. And I choose a voice. The good thing is that on Chapo, we can speak 80 languages. If you want to write Portuguese, here, Bem-vindo em Lisboa. Is it correct? Okay, I took some Portuguese at school, but that was a long time ago. You can write this Portuguese, and you will just pick a voice that is made for Portugal. It can be a male or a female, depending on your application. We have 80 voices. It can also be a Brazilian voice, if you like it. Then just test your voices. I've got some pointers in the code where you can find the resources for that. Then you choose your voice, and my current voice is an English voice here. These are my logs, okay? Then for the moment, I have 2 lines of code, wait and I speak. Then I fetch my next activities. This is where I call my API. Then it would be yours. Right after, what does I do here? I compute the number of activities. If there's no more activity, I would say sorry. There's good chance the event is over. This is what will happen if you call tonight. You'll get a bye-bye, event over. Then now let's go to the next part. Then now I'm speaking the next 10 activities, still with the same voice. And here is the best part. This is a menu. We don't care about that part. It's just to make sure it ends, because I will loop around the activities. And I will do always the same part, the same thing. Right there. There we are. This is a part I like. That is the most important part. We will spend 2 minutes on it. This is where is really the magic, I think, on Chapo. Then here I ask the user for an input on the phone, okay? It says, okay, this is the current activity summary, what it's about. I just taking those data from the web API. And then I say you can choose 0, 1, 2, 3. This is what you can dial there. Then I say, how do you get those data? It's by DTMF. DTMF is about dialing tones, modulation frequency. It could be voice. It could be voice. We support voice there. It could be people saying, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I'm learning Portuguese back. 10. Shoot. Then here, it can be dialing or voice recognizers, or both. You can say it's either the person who writes 1, or he says Send me an SMS. SMS. Up, it will get an SMS. Send. One, send SMS. I want to get back the same value from the user. What will be the value? The value will be put inside that event variable. It will be the result of the user's choice. We'll see that right after. Let's dig with the other options. There's one attempt here. We only try once. OK, we could be 2, 3, until the user gives a right answer. A timeout, how many seconds you wait for user input. And do you... Oh, yeah, the user can interrupt the voice speaking to take the action. It's a bargain flag. Then, if it's timeout, I say, hey, sorry, I didn't hear you. If it's a bad choice, I say, sorry, you're not supposed to dial 4. And then let's go to the result of the actions. Here we go. Then here, the event name is choice. The user has made a choice. And the value of the choice is event.value. Here, I show it. It is a string by default. I pass it as an int. And then I do a switch. Case 0, case 1, case 2, etc. It's your business logic there. And then I can speak again. Here, I create a new session. I create a new call to the same person. I create an SMS channel here to the same person that was calling. Current call.caller ID. It's me calling. I get my telephone ID, and I create a new session for SMS. And I push the SMS here. On this fourth call, I say something. I'm pushing the SMS in real time, and at the same time, I have another session where I have the user on the phone. Wow. Crazy thing. You love that technology. Then that's it. You can go to the script. The way you worked, when you go to Chapo, this is the website, chapo.com. Chapo.com. You get there, you sign up. You'll get free phone communication for developers for all your developer life. Chapo is entirely free for developers, as long as you are trying the technology. If you start sending hundreds of SMS, making hundreds of calls, we will tell you, hey guys, it's maybe time to go to production now. And you will want the stability of production. But before that, I suggest you just go to chapo.com, you create your account. When you create your account, you'll get an ID there. You will need to give us this ID and say you attended the Pixels Camp so that we activate your account for the paying features. The people that were doing the contest here, the Cisco Challenge, they got activated. If you go home, just ask us or just send an email to support@chapo.com, and you will get your account activated saying you were a Pixel camper. And from there, you create an application. And when you create an application, you do two things. First is that you select a phone number. You choose your country. It can be Portugal, but it can be a lot of countries. And we also have some more countries. They don't appear because there is regulation in those countries. But you can read the documentation and ask for a phone number. If you have an address in the country, for example, France, you need to give your paper so that we can give you a phone number in France because of regulation. But we also have those numbers. Then some numbers are voice only, and some numbers are voice plus text, and some numbers are only for SMS. Text is SMS. Okay, then you just choose your number. As you are a developer, you won't be charged for those. This is the price, one phone number calls per month. Okay, then it's a cheap price for $6 on Chapo.com. You will get a phone number every month in Portugal. You can start doing your communications on. And then for each communication, you're billed on a per call basis, which is a few cents per call. And the next part maybe is about this Chapo.com. We have opened a facility in Europe. That was in September this year, 2016. If you go to Chapo.eu, yep, we're there, Chapo.eu. The thing here on Chapo.eu, we have built a specific data center in Europe so that all the communications you're doing, your scripts, your data, your logs, everything, they stay in Europe. It's totally independent from our United States facilities. Okay, 2 separate data centers. And we've got a better coverage for Europe. We've got better phone quality. And you can also go there and log in there. You just choose on which location you want to create your account. To be really honest, it's much easier to go to Chapo.com if you want to test Chapo, because in US they don't have any, they have regulations, but they are less heavy than ours in Europe. Then you can get a phone number very quickly in US. You just connect there and you get your phone number. But if you go to Chapo.eu, we will ask for your address, some papers, so that you can say you are a European citizen and you live in Portugal to get a number in Portugal and all that. It's a bit more complicated. Then to test Chapo, I advise you to go to Chapo.com and the exact same features, we've got them on Chapo.eu. Is it clear? Cool. Now let's go back to the presentation. Then on the, let's meet on the repo. What Chapo gives you is local numbers, several countries. You can make calls. Chapo your application can call people. For example, you need to call everybody at Pixels Camp, 1,000 people, to remind them it's tomorrow. You can send an SMS to 1,000 people in seconds. Okay? You can call them in the day, not at night. You should choose. Be careful of your time zone, and you just give them some information about the Pixels Camp. We can do some more advanced features, like transferring a call. You start a call, you connect with someone, and then you transfer it. We can start a web conference. You just use the conference keyword. What else can you do? Oh, we can record what's going on the call. The recording can go to your data center. You can store the file, it's yours. Or you leave it on Chapo data centers. Most people take it to their data center so that they can use it for regulation. They know what's going on and they can play back the communication later. Okay. This is something you can bring in your company or at your place. I built an answering machine at home for me and my kids and my wife. When the people call, they can say, hey, I want to speak to Steve. And they leave a message to Steve. And I'm the one listening to the messages. If you like it, it's on my GitHub. It's in Golang. And you just grab the code, and you will have your own answering machine at home. And we have millions of communications on Chapo. We do millions of SMS a day. Then it's a scalable platform globally all over the world. And it is now, you understood, available in Europe with a European data center too. If you want to play with that, I know a lot of people who do two-factor authentication. It is an interesting scenario. You take your application, you want to know your users better, you ask them for their mobile phone, and you send an SMS with the code that you generated in your application. and they enter the code on your web page, on your mobile app, and you check it's okay, because you are the ones that just send it. It's 2 lines of code again. You send the message, and you're done. There's a lot of other scenarios. IVR, I showed it. Click to call back on a web page, and you can mask your phone. You can change your phone number. There's not a lot of regulation on phones. You can do a lot of things with phones. I have a friend who made an application. He's calling his friends, but with other friends' numbers. It's just, you can do whatever you want with a phone number. SMS is really different. An SMS is highly regulated. When you see the originator of an SMS, it is a true person. You can't fake it. But phone calls, yeah, you can play with them. You can mask them or you can change them. Then, if you want to play with those, you just go here, you enter your phone number, and you can play it live. And you've got some code examples too. And remember, Chapo is free for developers, and we're arriving in Europe. Then, we have other technologies at Cisco. We have I'll be short, Spark. Spark is a chatting platform. You can chat in there. You can do video calls. A lot of people like it because video is integrating in the chatting system. And the good part is that there's also an API in it. Then you can just send messages to people. That's what I did in the IVR. See it here? This is Spark. Spark is communications via message, phone, meetings for the enterprise. Then I have rooms here. I created one room where I push messages from my Chapo scripts so that I know in real time what's going on in my scripts. It's what I call chat ops. Okay? Then here I was just picking the message, and this is all the participants that were trying the phone, and in real time I've got the data. We can do that because the platform, the Spark platform, is entirely programmable. You can create messages, and at the end of the year, you will be able to create video calls yourself. It means that in your applications, you will be able to add a widget in which you will be able to do a video call, a meeting with 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. The things we know how to do at Cisco, like WebEx, for example, if you know WebEx. Meetings in real time, and all that with a cloud API. You just drop the widget in there. It's coming at end of year. Okay, just wait a few more. If you want to try it now, you can join to Austin and I, and we have a beta program for that has started, and we can, depending on your scenario, we can make you enter the beta program. Otherwise, I guess that we'll meet next year and we'll give you some more information about this SDK. Last part of it is a few information. I have 2 minutes left about Cisco Developer Program. Then we're Cisco, we do hardware, we do APIs, we do software, we do cloud applications for the enterprise, for developers. We have about a community of 400,000 people that know about our technology, and we would love to have you on our website. You just go to developer.cisco.com, you register. It's free resources. You can learn a lot there. I will just show you 2 or 3 resources you may be interested in. First thing is we can meet at events, at hackathons, and we experienced one during this weekend. Thank you very much to Pixel Scam for giving us this opportunity. And yeah, hackathon is a lot of fun. At Cisco, we are about hardware and software together, as I said in the introduction. Then we do a lot of hackathon when you can play with IoT devices. You get data in real time. We push them to the cloud, and then we build interactive human interactions. And we are here, the evangelists, to help you with the technology and to mentor you. and bring all those technology to hackathons. We do trainings for free also. Then you can join and you get a training on, for example, Chapo, or for example, Meraki, I showed just before. Then just stay connected to Cisco Portugal, because when we deliver such events on the Twitter feed, it will be written, hey, we're giving a new training for free. We already had the occasion with Austin to do hackathons and training here in Lisbon. And we can also go to Porto. We've got a lot of beautiful cities in Portugal. And the next part is the tutorials, the guides, how to help you learn a technology. Then we've got a lot of learning labs, about 100. You can take them with step-by-step to learn something. Some people want to learn how to program, but most of you here are already coders. Then what you'd be interested in is, most of the time, is a sandbox where you can test your code on real hardware. This is the most interesting part, I think, for you coders. Because at Cisco, we've got a lot of hardware, but it's a bit complicated to give an end on it. It's either you come to an event, such as Pixels Camp, where we have brought some Meraki devices and other technologies. But what if you're at home and you want to practice and play with a camera? What if you want to play with a TV screen? What if you want to play with an IoT sensor? How can you build that? With a Wi-Fi network? What we did is that we built a data center, and inside those data center, we have provisioned resources for developers. And what you do, you go to Sandbox portal, and you choose an environment. Environment for Wi-Fi, environment for cameras, environment for whatever you want, okay? We've got 100 environments. And there you will have those hardware, those pieces of hardware that will be reserved for you, and only for you, for a day, for a week, depending on when you want to build. And if a week is not enough, you go there the next week and you ask back for a new environment, okay? All that for free through the developer program. Then, whatever you're interested in, learning, camera, Wi-Fi, networking, how to program my network, how to do DevOps, you can do that with real hardware provision for free for you with a developer, devnet.cisco.com, and you'll get the labs. Step-by-step tutorials to help you in 15, 30 minutes to teach you something. And then I'm done for today. We'll go with the questions. Typical path is to follow us on Twitter, Cisco DevNet, Cisco Developer Network. And we'll be happy to meet you there. And if you have now questions, feel free to ask or just join us at the Cisco booth. We are all yours. Thank you. Questions? We've got 2 microphones.
Hello, good morning. I would like to ask if I was available to invest my time in your technology.
I don't hear you a lot.
I can speak louder if you want.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. I would like to ask if I want to invest my time in this technology, what would be a track to make profit building solutions for potential clients?
Then the question is, if I want to go further and use those free resources and APIs, how does I make profit as a company? Okay. Then, how to make profit as a company? There's a lot of ways. First thing is, it's either you're a software company, a pure software company, then you will build a solution that integrates some hardware, for example. Then there's 2 options. First one is you will resell the hardware that goes with it, but it means that you will need to gain some competencies. This is the first path. Then you will have some margin on the hardware. The other solution is to team up with an hardware partner, a network partner, that will install all the hardware for you, and you will put your your software on top of it. And this is some kind of team up. At Cisco Portugal, we've got Rui here, who is our technical master for Portugal, and he can help you build this relationship with existing partners that are really good at hardware, and so that you can connect to the best people for you and make sure you can go to market. I mean by that, you have the best way to install those hardware at customers. Does that answer the question? Partially? Okay, then if it's partial, we'll take it in details, maybe with Rui right after.
Hi, Steve. About the records, conversation records, inbound, outbound.
Sorry.
The conversation records. You understand? Inbound and outbound conversations?
Yeah.
Are they available on a DevOps account? Yes?
I heard
They will be. Okay, someone is answering me.
Inbound and outbound.
Inbound and outbound conversations.
Yeah.
You know, you said that they will be recorded, okay?
You can record them, yeah.
My question was if they were available for dev's account. Okay?
Yeah.
Another question, are they recorded separately in two files? Inbound, you understand?
No.
Are the records saved
Okay.
in two different files? Like one person and person number two?
No. The whole communication, then when you call Chapo, when the communication starts, at any moment you can say, I want to start a recording. At any moment. It can be at the beginning, it could be in the middle, it can be, hey, after the beep, you're going to be recorded. And then you say, start recording. And then you start them whatever you want. What will be recorded is the whole conversation. Okay? Everybody speaking, both ways. Okay. Then you, your machine, or even people, because you can do a conference. Your code may be just to connect two people together. A lot of people do that for medicine. Imagine you go to the hospital, you are a patient, and you have a doctor, and then you go home, and you have a specific medicine. You need to be able to contact your doctor, but your doctor is not going to give you his personal mobile phone. And maybe he will be on vacation, it will be someone else. Then usually what the hospital does is they give you a code saying you will call this phone number with that code because you're a privileged VIP or something, okay? Then you go home, you dial the code, and your application, what it does is it recognizes the call, he knows who are the doctors, he may know about their agenda, and he connects them automatically, and then he puts the two people together. And your application doesn't speak, it just speaks, at the beginning, it just speaks a little. And then you will be able to record only the piece where the two people are speaking together. If you want to make sure, you want to do sentiment analysis, you want to have it for future learnings.
That's the point. I think it would be interesting if you can record all the peers differently. You understand?
Separately?
Of course, yes.
This is something I'm not sure we provide, and maybe you can come back to me.
I will.
And we'll see if we can do that, because underneath, the platform is doing SIP protocol, and each channel, internally, we have them differentiated. Okay. Then technically, we can do it on the platform, but we're not sure we deliver it on the public API. Then we could maybe work on your scenario, and it's a very interesting feedback if you need it.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you. Other questions? Come on. The JavaScript hacker wants to ask a question. Did you have fun at Pixels Camp? Yeah? Yeah, I think that's really a great event. We had a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really impressed because you guys did a lot in a few hours, just digging into the technology, and I think the organization there's a lot of energy here, then we are very lucky to have been able to speak to you. And thank you again, and have a good lunch.